Hi, I'm Clare Saunders. I'm the Head of Humanities and Social Sciences, Cornwall. So we teamed up with artist Daksha Patel and we got a creative fellowship for her. And it was her idea for us to talk to young people about what environmental justice means to them, and to do that by getting them to think about something that matters to them in their own environment, to bring a picture of that and to talk about that and think through the justice implications.
The idea behind this series of Zooms, which are called Diverse Voices, is to explore what environmental justice means to different people in different countries. There is space for sharing your thoughts, feelings, and lived experiences with each other about the issues and challenges facing your local communities, your local species and ecosystems. And they explore the impact of having a voice, being heard, and listening to others. Conversations between students from different countries are critical to environmental justice because you are the generation who may find solutions to the environmental crises that the older generation have played a part in creating.
This is a photo I took in Canada on a wildlife watching boat. It made me think about how we make decisions about what to do with the environment, or the kind of work or activities that take place somewhere are obviously going to be affected by whether we see ourselves as part of this system or as observers.
So this picture is explaining that how the people are using the sea for their survival. All the people are sitting near the seaside and talking about the politics, environment, and culture, and they are spending time with the water, and their lives depend on water.
This is me in mountain hiking in the Lake District, and you can see on my back is my son, Torin. And the reason I wanted to show this image was because it's important for us, for Torin to learn and enjoy being outside in the open environment, and to understand and have a real affiliation and connection with nature.
The problem with environmental justice started because we think, me and you, there is environmental injustice. And in this manner, injustice means there is inequities in terms of how people are being involved themselves and into these matters relating to development or implementation and enforcement of environmental laws, regulations, and policies. Some of those who their voices, because of being disproportionately impacted by these negative consequences of environmental justice, their voices are always mute.
So my imagined relationship with nature is very emotional, kind of humble. And I would say my real relationship to nature is quite functional now.
So if we're able to understand that taking care of the environment so that the environment can take care of us is an army for all of requires a whole group of people acting together in one army, we're able to go and be great ambassadors to the society, to educate them, to make them understand, but also to be the forefighters, to be in front towards promoting and finally achieving environmental justice.
What I observed about environmental injustice happened around the state would take the decision around their own either state interests, national security interests, or economic development interests without listening to what the people who live in that area or environment think about that environment or how they use that environment.
The importance of recognizing kind of all the different forms of knowledge that different people have, and how the way you get no one to be opposed is to have everyone present.
Developing countries, we produce raw materials. So these Western countries, most of them, some of the raw materials are taken in our countries, but they go back in terms of commodities, the manufacturers, the produce of the industries. For example, clothes, cars, and other things.
Each and every ecosystem has its own balance. Our activities, the activities of human beings are somehow meddling with that balance, and we are disturbing the balance. Because of that, some species are vanishing from the environment, whereas some species are growing at a rapid speed. So that is disturbing the balance of the nature. Is there a limit for growth? Should we slow down the nature of the growth?
I think the major role of the environment justice is starting from the students. As we from sub-Saharan countries, we depend much on rain for our daily activities like agriculture, watering plants, for cooking, for doing everything. And the water is life. So no rain, no good infrastructures that support daily activities to have wells at home.
I think education is really important. If you're thinking a year ahead, sow a seed. If you're thinking 10 years ahead, plant a tree. And if you're thinking 100 years ahead, educate the people.
Thank you everyone really for your input. It's been very kind of thoughtful, and we've had some deep conversations and some very, very complex issues.
So what have we learned from this? We've learned that people think about the environment in different ways. We've also learned that context really matters. What we're going to do after this is have a think about environmental justice some more, using this as a starting point and thinking about creative ways of understanding environmental justice in even more depth, in ways that are inclusive for communities, for ecosystems, for species and for Earth's processes.